Looks like my mirrors are right. Shit, the webcams aren't open. Been at it ever since I woke up. Went a little rough. I got a little rough with her, so. I'm not gonna question that. I'll find them eventually if they're here. Or they'll find me.
Red eyes, right?
Yep. I don't have eyes now. Well, I have AI, but it's not mine.
Oh. I mean, I guess you look.
And over here is a little fun. Feel it. Achoo! Achoo! Oh, bless me. Is that emo over there? No, that's Corona. Let's see if Mira's down here. Don't know if she's here or not. No, she isn't. Stina, I'll find them on my walk. Let's see. Adrian. Aaron. That could be. That could be whoever they are. I think that's Ouija I'm picking up on. I guess it's nice just to. Oh, fuck. Oh, Lord. And I'm gonna get about heart to heart. And Ouija. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Army says, go over there. The other part says, no, keep your black ass over here. They'll tell you later. Well, I'm already here, so might as well. Alright, what's this?
Or Isiah, I mean.
Who the fuck is that?
Shut up!
I think you're getting him confused with one of his drones.
I'm tired, alright? I had a hell of a night combined with the training and the conversation we had, which, while you are going over that in your head...
Well, before that happens, we should probably just leave and continue this spirits back to
There, we got 10 minutes, roughly.
What?
Yeah.
He had to stab himself last night. We'll give you the rundown.
Yeah.
Don't call your butterfly.
Okay. I don't really need him anyway. Not for now, at least.
Just give you information in a second. Let's find somewhere. You guys just want to go to my field? Like I said, it wasn't like
Is it secure? Given that she knows you're there.
it's a different field. We can go somewhere else then. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. You can choose.
Do you want to go to the training grounds where I or it's hidden and not really anybody but me get there?
Could be a good place.
This place is huge, so anywhere would really be fine as long as, how much shows.
They are closing soon,
Oh, well, shit.
so we're leaving.
Alright.
Follow you, Ouija.
Since the butterflies wouldn't know where to go for there. Except for Shelby's, I guess.
She's probably hesitant to even use that one.
True.
That's a huge wolf.
Yeah. Almost reminds me of Ryder when I first found him.
Hello. Ward. Ward, you got here late, brother. It's like they're gonna be closing.
This place would be good to have a conversation because all the mana overflow would make it difficult, and nobody can scry around here, but place is closing, so unfortunate.
Trust me. The other places,
Ugh,
Originally, he's supposed to be shorter.
that was a
So
lag fest
I'm
pit.
Twitch now. He's been cursed.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, dog?
It's gonna open up to the a story arc I'm having for another group in the metaverse.
Corner.
So I'm excited for that.
Well, since these two are in communication, do you want to like swap Discord?
Hmm.
I'm
Do you have
curious
your
of what's the.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh my
Hi.
god, it's
My
more.
Discord is literally just my username.
Yes. Yay! You guys
It
see
works.
the dress changing colors?
Yes, it works.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yay!
Stuff to do on my
Purple.
play involving Discord and such.
Purple.
I'm trying to work.
Okay, so let's go on.
You will see.
very serious stuff.
It wasn't for me.
That's good.
Me and
What the fuck is this place?
Yeah, I need to figure out how to reset the trackers for standable, because the knee trackers are fucked.
Da, 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 da.
Lux, stop trying to take me. Thank you.
Okay, so are we still on Earth or are we just somewhere else?
Different universe, I think. Yeah, okay, you want to explain?
Welcome to a place I used to frequent in my universe. using it as a training ground, kind of.
Gotcha. I guess that explains why I'm able to breathe here.
Yeah.
So, we going any further in, or are we just gonna stand here?
Yes. I will go further in.
I'll follow you.
I'm just waiting for the flux to stop trying to take me, so I'll hit you.
I see. The Flux wants your ass. It wants some chocolate.
Badly.
Shouldn't it go after you then?
We both chocolate motherfuckers.
I mean, he looks more caramel. And you look like chocolate.
I might have to, out of character, I might have to restart my headset real quick. Because this is getting ridiculous. Oh, we good? I think we're good. Alright then, never mind.
You mentioned restarting it. It was like, no.
Yes.
Look, we can't help it if somebody wants some chocolate.
Still going to have to move for a second. I'm still going to have to go AFK for a second because the dog is at the door. A second.
Okay.
Oh, let the dogs out.
Him.
Alright, I'm sitting down.
Don't speak to me in my OQ ever again.
My God, no. Oh.
Oh my god.
What?
Can't do what I was gonna do, so this'll just work.
Oh, okay. Well. It's so weird not seeing Lion Fork.
I know. That's part of the reason that when they announced it, it was almost closed. That's part of the reason, like, my brain was like, what the fuck? It's I'm used to having that extra, hour to go to Lion Fork.
Also, apparently, Iris, janitor, is not janitor. What the fuck? Like, this stuff is on her mother, but it's not, like, there on the menu when it's supposed to automatically add. It's not for some fucking reason. I'll fix that later. I'll just have to fix it before tomorrow. I got the apron, but none of her janitor stuff.
Wonder if the forest will be open tomorrow or not. I doubt it.
Probably not. Also need to check this.
I doubt Kirby got the world done.
Okay. Outfits. Okay, that's still not right. Why are you not correct? Why scarf? Why scarf not scarfing? Okay, pen. No. God damn it. I gotta move. Well, I guess it could technically work. Yeah, good enough. Then diary. Open.
Is the page supposed to
I'm
stick
aware
out?
of the pages.
Okay.
Okay. Grab, you son of a bitch. Get over here. Come here. Come here. I know you have it. Thank you. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I might just remove
There he
the
is.
fist bones on those.
He's by you.
Huh?
The
Yay!
wolf has been satiated with treats.
Okay, let me toggle those off. And good. Let me sit up. Oh shit. Okay.
Well, now that I'm back, the flux has decided to leave me the fuck alone.
We can get
I
started.
think. Yes, we can.
Very well.
Follow me. Oh, Aaron, he's been here before.
Alrighty.
Sometimes we can't help that some people just want the chocolate, including the flux. Oh,
Stand away from the water in case he coughs up a little bit of blood.
oh,
Yes, that's why I'm leading you somewhere else this time.
holy shit. Oh, my. This place is huge.
Yeah.
Wish we'd known about this
Sorry.
spot last night.
It's okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I had came here. I forgot that it existed, to be honest.
Well, I guess before we continue the conversation that we were having at Wicarium, I'll catch Isiah up on what we discovered.
I'm sitting the fuck down. What do you do?
Yeah, you do that.
Jesus.
While Bree, Ouija, and I were training last night, or after, we went over recent events, and we ended up discussing what we talked about with Lily. And Bree asked specifically what Lily said to us, and once we told her some of the things, we realized that that's not how Lily acts. It doesn't add up.
You see blue little motes of
Our theory initially was that Lily may be being manipulated, but given all the shit she's been through, she should know manipulation if she's being manipulated. Which led us to the possibility of her still being manipulated, but trying to drop hints for us through some of the odd things she was saying. I had Shelby take a look at the butterflies and told her that we believe they were compromised. Because the night on the roof at the bar, when I called Crimson to try and talk to Lily's butterfly and pass that message along, she didn't get a single fucking word of it. She had no fucking clue.
And the person that was watching it wasn't, obviously. So, two guesses on who that actually was.
So once we told Shelby, she passed along a little bit of video footage of Lily's butterfly, and a fish-tailed individual wearing a hooded cloak was seen, for lack of a better term, tampering with Lily's butterfly. put something in it. The best thing that I can equate it to, if not almost the exact same thing, is you remember that night back at your house when Bree locked herself downstairs with War's glyph and the stuff was coming out from under the door?
Mm-hmm. Took me
Same
hours.
thing.
Took me hours to clean that bitch up.
Same thing, but inside the butterfly. And now Lily's butterfly is acting very similar to Bree's. Sentient.
Okay.
Semi, but
So,
Boss's theory is that Thresha is using Lily's butterfly to subdue her in a sense. To try and ease some of that negative affinity aura that Lily has, the polar opposite to Thresha.
okay.
Another thing that crossed our minds while we were talking last night. That thing shouldn't have been able to get out of its containment. With Julius setting up his warglyphs on the outside on top of his sealing methods, it shouldn't have been able to eat its way out. Either Julius let it out, which he fucking wouldn't, not of his own right mind at least, and he hasn't had any interaction with hardly fucking anybody recently. He's been cooped up in his office.
Somebody in the inside then?
We're thinking Thresha let it out.
That would make sense, but how would she get there? She doesn't know Julius.
If she has access to Lily's butterfly, Lily, if I recall correctly, had a general idea of how it was sealed and where, because she was... I believe... I might be remembering wrong, but I believe we informed her of the parasite being inside Iris at the time. The only person that would be able to seal it away would be Julius, and we don't know how long Lily's butterfly has been compromised. Go ahead.
Putting that aside, Russia has also been watching seemingly all of you for quite a while. So, who knows what information she gleaned for herself. Just watching all of you and following you around without your notice.
We do know Julius was being watched at one point, at least. Lily called that off, at least on me. I didn't feel the eyes on me at the time after she called it off. But there's nothing saying that the eyes could have been put back on without us realizing. And if that's the case, then that would explain how she knows. That, or depending on how long Lily's butterfly has been infected or tampered with, very possible that butterflies could have just talked to each other. Julius's butterfly might not have known what was going on, couldn't have picked up on the fact that Lily's was acting weird.
If our butterflies are, well, our butterflies are connected to us, so given that Julius was mainly preoccupied with wife and son and everything else that was going on, I guess he didn't have that much time to check everything. And when you oh, that sounds so creepy. She was watching us. I know
if
that.
I were here instead of anywhere else, that any of our houses, safe houses, Nemesis Field.
Okay, so nowhere she knows where we be.
Shelby said that we should all assume that our house is compromised. Main place that we call home is compromised, and is being watched, and is known where it is.
I guess that's good thing I went to my second house last night.
Given how much I've been bouncing between my houses and the castle, I'm just going to play it safe and assume that all of them are fucked. I've already raised the alert level in the castle and give them orders to keep an eye out for any wispy forms, not Sabel, but other wispy forms, and given them a description based on what we saw in the video footage. And Ouija, I'll have you jot down some notes as to what you saw. I don't think she would try anything directly. My theory, and this is me being wishful, but my theory is, given the fact that Themis said last time he saw her she didn't have a rotting fishtail, and the last time that we saw her in the video footage she did, she's not doing too good. It's very likely that she doesn't have the physical strength to do anything. I have a feeling that's why Lily was able to push her back so easily and why Thresher didn't fight back.
Most likely, especially if what we heard is true and Lily is weakening her like kryptonite. I doubt Lily is exactly someone that she would be wanting to fight right now if she's in a weakened state.
Which also brings up the possibility, and you're not gonna like this, with the conversation that I had with Lily at Wicarium, the things that she's saying both don't add up to her general behavior and also just conflict. I have reason to believe that she's being manipulated, if not potentially just brainwashed. Not like a puppet brainwashed, but more brainwashed in the sense of, think of it as propaganda. You give one side of the story and nothing else. If it doesn't fit that narrative, doesn't matter. It's false, it's a lie, it's dangerous, it's a threat. Get rid of it. Yep.
If it isn't what I told you, then it's a lie. Don't fall for anybody's tricks, basically.
That's a one-way ticket to kill a relationship. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's if Lily's not aware of what's going on, which I like to think that I know her at least semi-well enough to assume that she realizes that manipulation is, at the very least, being attempted. But if her butterfly's compromised, then who knows what's going on with the butterfly that might be affecting Lily. If I remember right, Themis, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the potential consequences is the individual being more impressionable.
Correct.
Pair that with Lily already at the time, and still, to a degree, presumably, looking for answers as to how to control her power, what her purpose is. Searching for herself, essentially. That's a very, very dangerous combo.
Yeah, that it is.
Tried to drop a hint to Lily to think for herself, and well, we'll see what comes of that.
Alright.
But back to the conversation we were having at Wicarium.
Yes. Where were we?
The possibility that Thresh is out to get you.
One moment, I'm going to seal the passage.
Yeah, the fact that she's watching all of us stalking all of us like some creepy, like a creepy ass stalker. Everybody that's connected to you is being on the watch list, so I'm going to assume if you show
Just
up.
getting better of her again. She wouldn't. It's too far. She wouldn't. I don't know how the creature got out, but it wasn't her.
How long has it been since you two been separated?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
too
been a
long.
while.
Too long then. If you and on top of that, you guys argued about different viewpoints on certain topics.
Couples argue.
Yeah, I know that
Normal.
part. Sure, I know that's normal, but uh,
We can't throw out the possibility that whether she released it or not, that aside, we can't take out the possibility that she's getting desperate to cling to what she has set. To her power, her process. If she's on the verge of croaking or is in dire straits, desperate people do desperate things. Nobody is an exception to that.
It's possible, I suppose. In order to hopefully get her power back, maybe she wanted to dismantle the creature, but she didn't get the chance. I don't know.
I get the feeling once she has she gets what she wants, it's gonna be like a certain form of betrayal. Like you hand a motherfucker with a gun, he's gonna shoot you first. Throw a dog a
Yep.
throw a bone, and they want the whole bloody arm.
If it weren't for the fact that you were already on your last little bit of time that you have left, I would tell you fucking wait. We'll go talk to her, see what she says. But it's because we don't have time that I'm giving you this possibility. That way you don't get caught off guard by it. Because the last thing we need, especially with that fucking thing inside of you, is for something like this to pop up when you're not expecting it and for you to falter.
While I don't want to say, well, you can't rule out the possibility that the creature manipulates her in some sort of way, and that this isn't fully her doing. That being said, despite what others may think of you, I think of you as a friend. I wouldn't come forward with this being a possibility if I didn't really think that it was possible, that it was something that might be happening. I wouldn't put you through that mental anguish.
We'll see a tear start forming and slow roll down his cheek. She wouldn't do that.
We're just laying out the possibilities out here.
Aaron, can I speak to you for a moment? Outside, yes.
I'll be back in a second.
Fine.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's not on you.
I'll be right back. Not on you at all.
Don't kid yourself.
I know we fought and made mistakes.
Demis,
It wasn't the best, but
there were talks that she would use you, your soul, what's left of it, and take out the creature. She'd literally be killing two birds with one stone, tying up loose ends. Trust me, my line of work, I've seen a lot of women do that to dudes. More women than actually. It happens mostly to women and guys.
I must have messed up somewhere. I'm upset, but I don't know what I did, but I'll figure it out. I'll apologize. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know how I fucked up, but I did something. Should have been quicker when I came to the creature. I should have just stopped it altogether. I should have told him we can't do it. Sure, she would have gotten angry and yelled at me. And at least it wouldn't have led to all this.
I think if you did, everything would have ended up way differently than it did. We can't rule out any possibilities of what ifs, what we should have done, what we didn't do. There's a lot of things that we can't predict. Look, you know I wanted to stay with Bree. But I couldn't. The fire between us was just slowly dying. I literally had to break my morals, break one of my moral codes just for the sake of my family's power. Sure, she doesn't fucking remember, but love makes us do crazy shit, and sometimes it just comes back to bite us in the ass.
What did I do to make her hate me so much? She starts slowly crying.
How do you think I felt when I left Bree? Sure, the broken soul bond on top of that, but I felt horrible. Knowing what I had to do, what I did,
I don't know what I did. I know I fucked up somewhere. I had to have. If she wants. If there's even a fraction of a possibility that she'd sick this on me, I must have made a mistake. I don't know where. But I had to have done something. Themis is crying out of character.
look, man, That's just the thing about us dudes. We don't know what the fuck we did until somebody tells us straight up to our face. We're going to assume a lot of shit.
That is also true.
I just have to find out what I did. I must have done something to make.
You're not gonna know what you did until she tells you.
It had to have.
That also.
Samus, this happens a lot with guys. I know I'm gonna possibly sound like an asshole to the Purple Taboo and whoever decides to look at the recording, but a lot of women blame the guy for shit that they did when it wasn't your fault. You had no part in it. It's like their go-to
Or at
method.
least not to the degree that you're thinking.
Sure, but
I want you.
it's like the go-to method. Or like you're breaking up with your man and she says your dick is small when she actually enjoyed it. Sorry, I'm
So I
sure.
want you to think about this. Maybe the creature wasn't strong enough to do things like whisper ideas into someone's ear. It was newly formed. That is fair. Understand where you're coming from with that. But what if it had somehow heightened her negative emotions towards you? And you get to where I'm going with this. Did you ever hear the saying, it's a thin line between love and hate? Even if she loved you with all her heart, if that thing was able to amplify her emotions in a negative way.
As guys, we are all just a straight fucking line. While women, on the other hand, are just a whole ass fucking maze. Like you
I
take her,
have something to show you.
like you,
After Isiah finishes.
like you take her to a restaurant, or you're going out for food and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go get tacos. Do you want anything?" She says, "I'm not hungry." You come back with nothing, and she says, "You didn't get me anything, bitch. You didn't say you wanted anything." Sorry, I shouldn't refer to ladies as bitches. They're not dogs. Dogs are loyal. That hoe ain't.
Sound like Morrow.
Where do you think she gets it from? I'm basically like her dad. Well, I should say stepfather. Kind of.
Sound take over for a minute.
If I thought it was possible. I have something I want to show you. You're not going to. Maybe. When we had the entire thing going on with Iris, and I told you Russia appeared, she didn't appear by herself. Lily was also there in the wisp form and stopped her from bearing. After she made Russia leave, she came back in person to talk to us. I just happened to be recording the ritual going on with Iris, and I didn't turn it off until after Lily left. So, I'm going to show you that part of it, and you will hear it right from her mouth. Person currently closest. Sure. The reason why. Okay. I will be here while. sorry in advance for what you're about to hear. We're just going to throw down little box that he had. There's gonna pop up a little holographic recording box, like a small TV. It's gonna start playing.
And add a character for those that are watching either live or in the VOD. If you'd like to see this bit, you have to go look in the VODs for whichever one that is. I don't know what he named it. What's the name of that one? If you even remember.
That one.
I think it was Friday's VOD.
Yeah.
Friday, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, go look at that for context for what we're watching.
Let me check if this thing would fucking load. There you are, you bitch. Video producer. Nope, no. Let's do nights. Why is
I'm
time and
just
hand still
gonna sit
down?
nearby Themis as it plays.
It's
Still crying as he watches.
it is the
As he
return
references,
to
he's
our
just kind of
collabot.
shaking his head. He's just taken aback. He's not really saying much. When it gets to the part of Lily like speaking like extremely harshly about Themis, he's covering his ears. I'm too lazy to put my hands up.
He's just going to put a hand on his shoulder. Themis, I know it hurts, but you Themis, I know it hurts, but can't look away from it. Listen.
That's Lily. I know she hates me.
Yes, but she doesn't know the full story. She only knows parts that someone else told.
No,
Doesn't know actually.
She's right about the whole. I didn't help them. My son was doing what he was doing. I should have. Even if I had to break out, I should have.
Themis, you focus on the past. You're a god with power of time, but even can't change.
But that's why she hates me. That's why she's saying all this. Yes.
Themis, no matter how much she dislikes you, there'll be no reason for her to lie about these things, especially since she doesn't even know how close any of us are to you. You wouldn't know that us two are friends. They have no way to track me. That's why we're here in the first place.
I made a mistake. I just have to fix it.
Can't fix shit if you're dead.
Exactly. There's plenty of ways to fix a mistake, but you can't fix it at the cost of your life.
Exactly. I'll get this creature figured out and apologize, and it'll be fine.
Themis, I want you to think hypothetically. Don't think of this as a real possibility. Think hypothetically. If what Lily is saying is true, This is what she is planning. And there's a possibility that the creature somehow messed with her head in the short time that it attacked Thresher. We need more than to just get rid of it. This thing could be affecting both of them in horrible ways. What if it compels her to try and fight you? What if she does go through with this plan? We'd still need a way to counter it. Because if this plan succeeds, it would all be over. At the very least, I don't. I would like you to get your chance to make up with your wife. Even if you don't get back together, to at least have the chance to apologize.
Why does she hate me?
That is something that I know. Only she would be able to answer. But I want you to know that despite how much you think no one around gives a shit about, hates you, at the very least, I would like to stick with.
Okay, hypothetically, what she is saying is true, then do not contact me tomorrow. I will be reserving a piece of my soul in the event that yeah.
Make sure it's a good part, not corrupted.
A creature has been stabbed. Will be out for 5 days. And then it will wake. Tomorrow it will be fine.
Amos, we are going to hope that this isn't true. And even if it is, hypothetically, we'll find some way to get that thing out of it. If what Lily says is true, there might be a way to transfer it into a pig or something. Anything. I don't care if I have to go find one of the people I've been fighting and kidnap somebody. What if I know?
Getting this thing out is not going to be easy. I already knew that.
I don't think any of us thought it would be.
No, you don't understand. I made it. There's no better place for it to be at than me. It's not going to let me go that easy, and even so, I don't even know if it's going to. I already talked to Julius about this. Fuck it, I might as well talk to you all. When it comes time for the creature to depart from me, I don't know if it's going to let me go. One of those, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. I want to survive. Fucking hell, do I want to fucking live through this? But now I really don't think it's going to let me.
Do you think you would be able to fight it?
What do you say? Sorry.
No, please continue. I'll ask after.
I'm going to fight like hell. As much as I can. But in the event that I don't survive,
You're about to say your goodbyes, save your breath.
Fuck no, I'm not saying a goodbye.
Good.
I've
Don't need to hear that shit right now.
heard from someone a long time ago, if you don't say goodbye, then it's not there. You're just not present. So I'm not saying
Sounds like something Aaron said to somebody once.
maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to apologize for everything. I know I've already said it like 15,000 times at this point. But I have no other words. And I'm going to leave that piece of my soul with Nipsey in the event that it occurs. I don't know how you will bring me back, but that will be your ticket. I don't know, some probably ask Julius to help, and Lily probably won't fucking help. Who know, just the powers I used to hold might hopefully help. I don't know.
Well, if nothing else, if things do go down south, I, for one, am definitely going to be trying to bring your ass back from hella high water.
Thank you for being my best friend, Tucker.
Of course. I haven't
So
regretted
what
it for
now?
even a second.
Yeah, well, that's probably because I'm not my normal self. Don't worry, once this is all over, I'll get on your fucking nerves. You'll regret it.
Old friends get on your nerves eventually. Fine by me. I'd rather you be around to be able to do it.
So what now?
Well, we've all been preparing to some extent. Getting ready in case things go haywire.
Good. I
Question,
suppose you
Thomas.
probably don't still have Femin's blessing, right? I'm assuming not.
That bitch gone.
Good. Just in case.
Why should I be worried?
In case there's any remnants of it left inside him, it has sway over you, would be my guess.
Nah, that thing dipped as soon as everything was over with the whole father shit.
We're trying to come up with ways to bring the other side of the story to Lily in the event that she's been being fed propaganda.
Code.
But, given the creature's effects, and how it may alter your perception of your own memories from what we observed with Iris to a tiny degree at the least, we're not sure if extracting any of your memories would be worthwhile. But, in the event that they are, would you be willing to let Julius do it?
By all means, look through everything.
It may not help Lily's perception of you, but at least she won't be a blind little girl being manipulated by some douchebag of a great-grandmother.
If we do this, we'll have to
She
do it
may
soon.
already.
We don't have much time.
Yes, we don't have much time, and she may already be fighting it. You said that her manner of speaking and things that she was doing was not. It was odd.
She lashed out at me, which is very unusual.
She may already
Lashed out at me for a behavior she knows full well that I wouldn't be having.
On the chance that things are the way that we think they are, as bad as we think they are, would it be possible for us to have Julius pull out that portion of my memories where I could see Thresher and Lily?
Yeah.
Them as can confirm I don't know her condition, would know her better
I could
than anyone at this point.
confirm if it's her and see how well she's doing.
Yeah, Julius can pull memories. He's done it with Iris, kind of. Kind of.
And that might be a good idea also. It also gives the two of you a way to see what happened that night.
Should we
Mm.
do that now? We'll wait till tomorrow.
I would say we'll get it done the sooner the better. I'll leave that up to you soon.
We can at least get your memories, Legion.
Alright.
Don't know what kind of state the individual has to be in for Julius to be able to extract the memories, so...
I'm gonna
No
say
offense, Semis, but given the state you're in, it might not be possible to cleanly extract the memories at the moment with how your mind is racing.
Then this is going to last a while.
Have that on me.
Like this till Mush and
I might have something in my library if your spell doesn't work.
mm,
I would have to go and check.
I mean, how would you feel if you found out Bree was trying to fucking kill you?
That's what he said. Besides, I've been through fairly similar, so...
Just do it.
He's not touching, he's hovering his hand like right above his hair.
Okay.
quick question. How can I get Julius here?
If you can, you should be able to call him still. You can give me a location, I can grab him, or I can give him the location for here and try and make a opening for him to come in.
I'd say make a portal here.
My advice, go get him. You just should probably not make an opening because you don't need him falling flat on his face.
So that would be humorous.
Agreed.
Alright, let's get this
Let's go
portal.
where there's a bit more space and we can see the sky and shit. Open. Well, this is a great bucket of bullshit that we found ourselves in.
Mm-hmm. This is on the regular type of shit for me. More shit with gods.
And their fucking problems. I was not expecting a lot of this to be caused by his Kill Bill ex-wife. See, this should be good enough. To make sure nothing can follow me back.
Alrighty.
Just let me know when he's ready for me to grab him.
Alrighty. Hello. Hey, we're gonna need you for something real quick. Ouija's gonna pull you to our location. Are you in a safe place? Safe place? Technically, yes. I'm just finished with another patient, so I should be free. Okay. All right. Will you need any weapons?
I sure as hell hope not, but bring a couple just in case.
Alrighty. Very well then. Alright, I'm ready.
Alrighty. Hold on. You're going to feel a pool.
Oh. Oh. This is rather
Sorry
beautiful
about that.
here.
Thank you. You can say that it used to be a home for me at one point.
Oh boy. How did you eat?
Water is not water. Sorry, what were you saying?
How did you eat here?
Yes.
Noted. So if that's not water, what is it?
Well, as for recent studies, seems like some sort of liquefied mana. Something of the sort. Some type of energy. I haven't gotten to examine it too closely yet. Also, this place used to be much more lively. A lot more plants other than the random glowing things around here.
Okay, so where is the old grandfather clock?
He's gonna wave his hand and the rocks are gonna start shifting around. And the doorway opens. Over here. Close that back.
Yes, I will be. But I'm
Good,
missing the whole panic thing. But
good evening.
hello, Julius.
So, what am I needed here for?
I didn't give you the rundown.
Well, we need memories pulled. Mine for one, and then also Themis's.
Okay. Alrighty then. Haven't done this a while since Iris. How is she, by the way, Isiah? Started her job recently. Yeah, good. At least she's working.
You're going to be pulling the ones from that night where we got Iris, the scroll.
Gotcha. And the memory orb just comes out with a cyan or cyan outline. Okay.
Yes.
At least this doesn't have to require me touching you. Especially you, given what you're fucking going through.
Thanks.
Sorry.
I'm not sure what all they need, so I just said go ahead and look at everything.
Okay, let me just get in here. There you are. Let's give you in the pub. And this is it's a more
Probably do Luigi's
indi-
first.
indigo color. The affinity is like more of an indigo.
His affinity? Yeah. It'd be like indigo, bluish.
Okay. Alright, Luigi's first.
Un momento, por favor. I change into the model? Bleh. Oh shit. Am I the right size? Yes. The glasses are not there.
Damn!
Glasses. Nails are long. Jewelry is there. Wedding ring is not there.
For the sake of purple taboo, and you probably hit something, I am not gonna look.
Good idea, just in case.
The purple what now?
The purple taboo.
Uno momento.
You're good.
I'm changing into her other version. Just in case. It's a furry. You're good.
I mean, that part is also fine. Sure, it's a little revealing, but I don't know. It's as long as we don't see any titties, we're fine. Well, full titties.
So according titties killed him. So according
I
to
think it
the
was just
Twitch,
the lack of titty.
Go ahead.
I have
according to
seen
the
people
Twitch
way more revealing.
attire rules, that was fine.
Okay, then. Yeah, then.
There
then
you
that,
That was
go.
him before.
okay, then it's fine. Then you're good. As long as you're not complete.
I could.
Yeah, as long as you're not.
It wasn't completely new.
Look, just in case you pull I'm smart, I swear, I'm just gonna look away.
Well, I gotta. Okay. I'm gonna stay in this. If you don't feel comfortable with that other one, I'll run it by you off camera. And if
That-
it's not okay, then I will fix her attire before Thursday.
It's all good. It's all good. The other one was fine, as long as the other one was fine.
He's saying just don't nip slip on camera. As long as that wasn't something
No.
that could happen, it is a-okay.
No, there's no toggle for
There we
the dress
go.
at all.
Okay, good.
All right then, you're good.
What?
Look,
Yes,
you don't.
I'm gonna make her go nude.
No, just like it's just current VR chat models. Who knows what kind of shit they got on
Oh
them?
yeah, no, for sure. However, that's the full variant, not her RP variant.
Okay,
Anyways,
then this is good.
okay.
Does everybody see this, or is just
This is on the memory orb.
okay? So everyone sees it. Okay.
Yep. So this
Yep.
is what Thresha looked like that night. Is it? Hold on. Yes. There we go.
This is if I point over here, that's Isiah. Okay.
I know.
Anyway, let's continue this on before something else.
Out of character, do I act out what happened, or
I am so.
was I? Okay, because I wasn't sure. Okay, Ouija, you're gonna be Iris. Cool. Hold on, stupid headset. There we go. There's gonna be no audio because you didn't hear anything, but she's going to mouth the things that were in the recording. That I'm blanking on what all was talked about. So
It was I remember it was essentially, you know the process. Why is this one any different?
yeah, well, that was towards the end.
Before they I thought that was during this too.
No, they did talk a bit here. Just blanking on what they said.
It was Lily saying something along the lines of "not her."
Yeah, that's my fucking
And
sister. Anybody else, it would be fine. Just not her. Sure, she doesn't love me anymore, but I can at least do this for her.
you're going to leave, or I'm going to make you. And Thresher's going to
She
scoff,
flies off,
and Lily's going to
then
make sure.
comes back near the hot tub. I remember that part.
Mm.
She's almost behaving as if Lily's in control of the process.
Mm-hmm.
Flies off.
Or, well, I should say, like, she doesn't have the power or the ability to maintain the process on her own.
Possibly.
Which ties back into our theory of she's too weak to actually do anything herself, which is why Lily was able to push her back. That in combination with the opposing affinities.
Still as beautiful as ever. And
You're damn right.
doesn't seem like she...
Sorry.
You gave up on your wife. Don't you dare try to go after mine.
Hey.
If you've seen Isiah, the gift smack. Back of the head.
Yeah, I deserve that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you deserve that one.
Anyways, you're right. It doesn't seem like she's as powerful. Her wings are smaller than the last time I saw them. And
I thought it'd be a little funny.
does she not have her breath anymore?
Her what now?
One of the things that she used to have is a... It was for subduing some of the subjects that were rather rowdy and violent at times.
Like an anesthetic almost.
I am surprised she didn't use it on Lily.
Okay.
Well, either like you said, she doesn't have it anymore, or Lily's too strong for her to use them.
Or both.
She's too weak.
I mean, on top of that, she does have the plague powers, so that could possibly play into something.
Yeah, true. She more than likely has her assistance to it. Very well.
Alrighty.
Not sure of what all you extracted from me, but have fun.
Here you go, Ouija. Back to your head. Alrighty, let's see what we.
Sit here with my eyes closed.
Uh,
Have fun.
Okay, let's see.
Possibility that was discussed while we're watching this. I wonder if Thrasher is using the parasite as a means to an end. Now that she knows it's inside of you, she knows you'll come looking to her for answers and to try and get rid of it. She can't take Lily's power.
Okay.
Don't know.
Okay.
Character that must be sitting here, eyes closed, vaguely listening.
Okay, so like Zorro.
What did you extract?
Whatever he could find.
he gave you access to everything, so.
Then, yeah.
Alrighty. Oh boy. You are going to see Themis's entire life, but it's going to be condensed, obviously.
Home, okay. Let's
Where do you want to
see.
start?
Let's start from the beginning, shall we? Grab your popcorn, boys. Actually, I should have. Shit, I should have brought some. Oh well.
Okay.
So to reach into his pouch, he keeps on his belt and pull out a granola bar.
Alrighty. You're going to notice darkness. It's complete darkness at first. And one single speck of light slowly appears.
Is
And then
that...
more. Multiple. And from one of those specks, a form starts to take shape. Hair starts to grow, limbs. It looks like an astral type person, and they look confused. They're looking around. They're not sure where they are. They slowly land on one of the glowing stars. And they look around, and they look happy. They look giddy from what they are witnessing. They start thinking to themselves. They'll like swim through the stars, turning some and like playing. And another figure starts to float in. Long hair, womanly figure. There aren't any details on either of these people. They're just glowing like white figures. Slightly see-through, but not quite, and then pure white eyes. They both look at each other, confused, and start circling each other, almost like in a dance, before they both look happy, and they embrace each other, like, with their hands. It fades, and fades into black. The next memory that shows up, it's that same long-haired figure. It was the male, but now it actually looks more like what you see as Themis, though he's still a bit transparent and a bit astral-like. And they're standing in a white arena of sorts. The womanly figure, what you saw as Thresha, comes in. Again, still slightly transparent. And they start talking to each other, but you can't understand a word of what is being said. And Themis like motions around, looking kind of sad as he talks. Thresha seems to be thinking, and she gets an idea. She puts her hands together and reveals them, and a small green plant grows from her hand. Themis looks shocked, like, how the fuck did you do that? Thresha just smiles and hands the plant to Themis. When Themis takes it, it withers and dies in his hand, and Themis looks sad. The memory fades again, and another one pops up. Themis is sitting on the, I don't want to say a throne, but it's the closest thing that I have to like relate it to. And he seems to be like thinking. And he's like swirling his finger, and there's like some black wisps like swirling around his finger. He flicks it out, swirls again, flicks it out. Thresha appears and like comes up beside him, looking worried. Themis just waves her off, and she backs off and walks away. Themis gets up
and walks to another room where there's a big globe with like what would look like an overview of a city. And he looks down at the people. He gets the black wisp and he flicks it downward into the city. It goes to a few people. Nothing happens. Not yet. And he just waits and watches. It's gonna be like a few, is it a few days? No, it was a few weeks for this one. A few weeks would go by as he's watching, and the humans that got that black wisp start to cough and start to like sniffle. And he kind of smirks down at it as his eyes, the blacks of his eyes, turn like a dark, almost toxic green. And he walks away from it. Memory fades. Next one comes up. He's in a battlefield, and he is leading a charge of soldiers. Julius, you would recognize this, being a god of war. This was one of the oldest battlegrounds that is known throughout history. It was part of a very big battle, and one of the first ones that the War Affinity had to lead themselves, and it did not end well. The battle ended with nearly all of Themis's men being slaughtered or captured, and Themis was not happy. The blacks of his eyes turned red, and a wave of fire went towards the enemy team and completely demolished them. When he returns home, Thresha looks at him almost terrified and backs away. Themis stops in his tracks and looks down at his hands. You can see blood slowly appearing and staining his hands. He will go and try and wash it, try and get it off, and it is not getting off at all. And he looks at himself in the mirror for a bit and contemplates. Memory fades, next one comes up. Themis is in his laboratory, and he is attempting to get his power out, and it is not going quite well. Until Thresha comes in and helps him. Eventually, a few weeks go by, and they are able to extract his power and put it into different vessels, the ones that you know now. Themis is relieved and goes on a vacation. He just stays in his room for a bit. 10 years pass. Well, vaguely 10 years. And him and Thresha are at odds. They're talking about the world, how it needs to be constructed, and they're arguing. Themis tries to explain calmly, and Thresha lashes out, pushes him, and walks out the room. You're going to see various types of memories like that. Thresha yelling at him, verbally abusing him, sometimes physically hitting him. And each time, Themis backs off, apologizes, and she accepts it. There's the honeymoon phase where everything is fine. And then it goes back. That goes on for a while in the memories, a long time. At this point, there is not a memory that passes that doesn't have that. Yes.
Just for clarification, out of all the arguments that they're witnessing, how many are instigated by Thresha?
I would say a good 8 out of 10. You will see also in between some of the arguments, Themis is in his own laboratory to himself and is attempting to. How do I word this? Is attempting to make life by himself, but it's not quite life. He's trying to replicate Thresha's abilities for himself. When it doesn't work, he sighs and just leans back. And one time he will say, I guess there really is no escape from this. Okay. I do need her. Damn it. And finally, you'll get to the creature part. You will see Themis try and warn her that what's going to happen. You'll hear Themis in his mind freaking out, attempting to look and watch for anything, but his eyes are a bit frantic, so it is a bit hard to make out details. And the creature is born, and so is Lily. You will see the creature. Go ahead.
I was muted. What exactly were Thresh's words when Themis brought up the, warnings?
You worry too much. You don't have this affinity, so why are you even bothering trying to tell me what I can do with mine? Stick to yours. Stick to your lane. You're only helping me because I allowed it.
That makes it sound like she had more of a hand in actually making it than he did.
And after it gets created, you'll see it try to switch with Lily and almost like succeeding. And you'll see Themis at the last minute notice it, switch it real quick and like grab it and make sure that it's not on Lily. But you will see it lock eyes with Thresha and attack her. You'll see it latch onto her face and almost like it's like a face hugger. It's the only way that I can describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And it tries to, get into her. Themis grabs it and yanks it off and throws it off. He attempts to tell Thresha to do something. It's life. He can't do anything. He can try to kill it, but and Thresha is freaking out, trying to make sure it's not on her, and in her doing so, it finds an opening. There's an open window or something, and it escapes. Thresha goes to the window to try and get after it. It settles down, the atmosphere settles down, and she turns to Themis and starts screeching at him, saying, "Why did you just stand there? Why didn't you do anything about it? What's wrong with you? Are you stupid? You could have done something. You just let it attack me like that." And Themis tries to back off and be like, I did my best. I'm sorry. It's not too late. It just got made. We can still go after it. And Thresha's walking towards him while he's speaking, and she slaps him and says, "We're done. I want nothing more to do with you. None of this would have happened if you had just stayed in your place. You are the one that bugged me to come into here and absolutely drove me crazy wanting to be part of this. And look at what you did. If it wasn't for you, all of this would have been so much smoother. Everything would have been so much smoother. You've messed up time and time and time again. If it wasn't for you, that whole war thing wouldn't have happened. All those humans wouldn't have died. They would have been fine. But no, you let your temper get the best of you. And now there are widows thanks to you. Go ahead. Out of character, go ahead.
When she says mentions bugging him to come, rewind to roughly when that point would be for Themis. Does he bug her to? Does he pester her and bug her like he's making it sound to actually come in and?
He has been like axing about her affinities and like showing an interest in them, but not in a way that would be annoying. More like an offhanded, attempting to share a common interest sort of thing. And he does axe a handful of times to come watch a process of making life. And she
Great.
agrees
Tries to be a good
finally
husband.
after the last handful. She finally agrees to let him come in.
Which is the creature.
Mm-hmm.
This bitch is over fucking rocker.
You're telling me.
Oh, quite the mad
I'm not
scientist.
sorry for not holding my tongue on that, Themis.
Themis is asleep. Slightly asleep. Like I said, he was vaguely listening. Okay. After she slaps him and says we're done, Themis has a shocked look on his face, and he attempts to apologize again and says he'll never step out of line. He'll stay where he belongs. He'll even stop his experiments and stuff in the lab. In Themis's memories, he adores that lab. He adores tinkering, experimenting with various sorts of things. And he's saying that he will stop doing that if she'll just stay. And she refuses. She calls him useless, says that he doesn't deserve to be called a god, and leaves, leaving him alone. He stands there, shocked, looks at the globe, and just sinks down and whispers to himself, "Where do I go? My home's not a home anymore." And it fades to black. When it reopens, Themis is in his flower field and attempting to make a home, and it's not going quite well. He has the bare necessities. He
The simple
doesn't know
bare
what he's doing.
necessities.
The simple bare necessities. He doesn't know what he's doing. He tries his best to make light of the situation, saying, "At least I'm a nomad now." And there he finds a little ghost that's just kind of idly going about the place. And he looks at it peculiar and calls out to it, looks at him, and immediately disappears. He's like, "Oh, okay, well, I fucked up. Alright." And after that flashback, another one, he's in the same place. The ghost appears again, this time from behind a tree, staring at him, almost curious. Waves, and it disappears. It's gonna be that over and over. The about seventh one, it finally very timidly waves back and then disappears. On the ninth one, it is closer to him, but it's still disappearing, like going away. On the 11th one, he sets out a small bowl of like spirit cookies They are very poorly baked. They do not look appetizing at all. And then he backs away. Backs like far away. The ghost appears. And just looks at him squinting between him and the bowl. And then just puts its hands up, like gesturing to the bowl. He's like, I tried! I'm not a good baker! And after that, it's a few memories of him and the ghost, like talking and getting along. He calls it Nipsey. He names it Nipsey. It doesn't argue, so it's named Nipsey. Anything else? You would see the memory of okay, bye, Wolf. No, damn it. I think
He'll
he's
be back. He always comes back.
I'm trying to go through my head of any other important bits. He is not coming back.
He will be back. He's going to restart the computer. Just watch. He will be back.
I'm checking in and see how long Wolf was in for.
I was gonna let him know that I say the.
He will be
Oh,
back
he must be
in
here.
desktop. He'll be back in desktop in a minute, but he did say that I can continue and he'll just watch the VOD. You will see the memory of when Dahlia first went to Themis. Julius, he'll probably be interested in this. When Dahlia talked to Themis about the whole 11 situation, and Themis was making sure that she was sure about what she wanted to do, and he seemed hesitant to do it. But he went through, gave her the boon, made the deal, and after she leaves, he looks at himself and he's like, was that the right move? I don't know what else to do. I hope that works. And yeah, and pretty much all the memories of Themis, you'll see are the things that you have encountered with Themis just from his eyes and his inner thoughts. If you have questions about specific situations, I can give that now that we're done with the backstory. Any inner thoughts I can answer questions about.
Maybe about his thoughts during our talk in the library and our talk at the field we were planning on using for the portal.
Field, I understand. Talk in the library. There've been a lot of talks. You'll have to be specific.
I mean inside Ouija's personal library, not inside Wakari.
Oh, okay. His inner thoughts would probably be like, for his sake, I hope this works. I don't want him to be hurt again. It seems like he's been through a lot, and I don't want him to have to bury someone else. For the love of gods, let this work. I don't want to hurt him. I just got a friend. I don't need to lose them already. During the field, he would be having a lot of flashbacks about him and Thresha, and he would, when he talks fondly of her, you'll see memories of where they were happy. Sometimes they would like dance randomly in the kitchen or something. They would play board games. They would like have food fights sometimes. It was the loving parts of the relationship. But when it came to him talking about her jealousy, you would see flashbacks of where he's tried to talk to other gods and other pantheons, and when he got home from that, or like got home from any like get together, whether he was with Thresha or not, she would make like sly comments about them and slowly plant these seeds in his head that they aren't quite good people, and it would slowly make him like back away from them, basically, you know, isolating him. He just doesn't see it that way. He says that's just jealousy. When it comes to talking about these two and him calling Ouija calling him a friend, and when he went off and went yes, you would almost see, like, you know, like when it's in a game show and they like win like the big prize and there's like confetti and like music and stuff, you would almost see that appear in Themis's head. Like, he is like extremely fucking happy. Anything else that was talked about that night?
Not much.
Oh God.
We talked. Huh?
No, one more thing. When he says that this place will be perfect, this place will work, you will see it'll be idle and it won't last a while, but you will see it. The single thought of, at least it's a good gravesite in case this goes south. And a sad sort of feeling flash. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. I asked them, he answered, got him. Everything now is just things that you've already like experienced when it came to Themis, just from Themis's eyes and Themis's inner thoughts. Any questions about any of those, I can answer because I'm not going through them all.
The day the creature found him. Reaction and wording.
Gotcha. Okay, so the day the creature found him, he was in his field. Just I think he was making coffee at the time. I don't know. He was doing something, and he heard rustling in the leaves. There was like this bush that he had just finished planting, just a few, and he heard rustling in it. And he looked, and he called out for Nipsey's name. There was no response. And then he's like, well, they're a ghost. He can't respond. So they walk to the bush, and they like look inside. They don't see anything. Like, okay, was it just, well? They look like through the bush. He still doesn't see anything. Huh. And he turns around, and the creature attaches to him immediately. Almost the same way that it does Thresha, but this time it crawls along his face, like down his cheek, along his chin, up. He's trying to get it off. You can see him attempting to try and use his powers, but it's not working. Something is blocking him. And it crawls and goes into his ear. And you can see Themis like shake and shiver and scream in agony as it does it. Nipsey comes rushing in, attempting to try and help him, but they're just a ghost. He can't do much. And it finally calms down, and Themis has passed out. When he wakes up, he's confused, remembers what happened, attempts to use his powers again, but he can't. And he dawns on him what just occurred. he starts searching like frantically through his ingredients, through his books for anything that could possibly help. There's nothing there. He attempts again to use his powers, still nothing. And he just sits there in shock. And the memory fades.
Before I get to the other thing that I was going to bring up, two other questions. Between the split off and up to now, but two separate, break it into two separate segments. The breakup in Before the Creature, and then the breakup in just in general. How many times did he do anything related to his job? How often?
Breakup and after the breakup in general, so after the breakup to this current point, he's done it at least a dozen times within a month. 12 days out of the month, that could be 12 times for 1 day out of the month, whatever.
No, I should rephrase it. It's between the breakup and the creature and then the creature to now, excuse me.
Oh, okay. Between the creature to now, a handful of times, maybe. It has not been often that he's done tasks of any sort. You won't see him cleaning. You won't see him hardly cooking. You do not see him eating much or drinking water, doing practically any kind of self-care sort of things. Much less going to his time chamber and actually doing things that he needs to do. He almost seems practically drained 24/7.
Makes sense.
Even more so after he stabs himself, and he doesn't attempt to fix it whatsoever. It's almost like he's keeping himself that way. Between the breakup to the creature, like I was saying, about a dozen times a month. 12 days out of the month, 1 day, 12 times a month, whatever. Each month, a dozen times he did tasks.
So fairly
relating
often.
to. Yeah.
Okay.
He kept up with his work, or at least as much as he could. There will be a few times, like a few months, that he skips, like entirely, but for the most part, overall, he did do it a decent amount of time.
A little bit inconsistent, but he did it.
Yes.
Okay. Last question is, initially, and by initially I mean, I'm trying to remember the time frame for Iris. Wait a moment. Let's say 3 weeks. Let's say the initial 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks-ish time frame. What was he hearing in his head or dreaming of?
When the creature was there?
Yep.
He was hearing Thresh's voice, specifically, repeating the words back to him from the day that she left. Dreaming about having a family and having people around him. And then it being shattered to pieces because of his mistakes. He does something in the dream each time, and it makes everyone leave.
Before you take a question about the Thresha thing. When he's hearing the words that Thresha is saying, when he's hearing that moment, because I assume he's hearing the moment, not necessarily the words.
He is hearing everything regarding that moment.
Is he hearing it from his view, or like somebody else in the area? You get what I'm asking?
Yeah, I get what you're asking. He's hearing it from his view, like a flashback.
Okay.
Other than that, the creature is also, anytime he messes up, even if it's something simple, like let's say he's one of the few times that he made a meal for himself and he drops a spoon, he'll hear an echo in his voice of a voice saying, you can't do anything, right? Something. It's a minuscule thing, but they acknowledge it. Any other questions?
I had some things bring up if you wanted to think. Such
About specific things regarding Themis. Okay. No? Yes, maybe. I don't know if that was a raised hand or not. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Well, I wanted to know if he has any memories specifically on Rush's weaknesses that we would notice. Also, if he saw anything when he was in Thrush's lab about the creature that made him concerned before it went haywire.
Well, he has never been in Thresh's lab. He was not allowed. Thresha made it very clear. Anytime that he got too close, she would yell at him and berate him for it. He had his own lab where he did his own things. As far as Thresha's weaknesses go, you're not going to see much. Because he's seeing through a rose filter. He's not really seeing anything weak about Thresha at all.
Let me piggyback off of that to specify or clarify a little bit more, pinpoint the question. Does she ever show any adverse reactions of any kind to anything when they're together?
The only time that she did was when she was helping him get his affinities out into vessels. It hurt her and stung her, but nothing too bad at that moment.
Specifically the Four Horsemen affinities, correct? Okay.
Anything else? Or I'd go back to Sleepy Boy.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could ask that would be inside of
Zexel, this is one of the rare moments where you can ask the DM about lore and stuff. You got anything?
It sounds like a whole bunch of Big Bang shit.
Fair.
So we know that Russia was abusive, was getting on them
You have
very
15
often. They had
seconds,
their
so I can move the scene along. 13, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. No pressure. 7, 6.
I
the
think we're all
memory of him saying that Russia took over the time pot cauldron thing. Obviously, maybe she had to have been in contact with him for a bit when going over the mana ley lines and whatever that was. Anything that would stand out in that memory.
Wait.
The things that was
Say
tampered
again.
with when he said that. So yesterday when Themis talked about how Thresha had taken over, looking over the mana lines or something. So anything related to that memory, that would be useful.
What you would see for that is he's thrown a bunch of various ingredients into a big cauldron. Some of them are rather gross. And he's stirred it, tasted it. It wasn't right. He added some more, stirred it, tasted it, was good to go. He waved his hand over it, and you will see a giant network of the world, and it's like glowing lines, and they're all connecting and swirling and going all about. But there's 1 and 2 red dots over here. And that is what he is looking at. He zooms it in on the second red dot. And he sees the faint wings of a butterfly thing. It doesn't look like what you guys see the butterflies as. It looks like this thing that could potentially fly, but it doesn't look like a butterfly.
Is it the true form of the butterfly or no?
No.
Okay, just because remember Aaron got a glimpse of what the butterflies actually look like, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't that. Okay.
And he zooms back out to make sure there's nothing else. There isn't. Everything else looks glowing blue. Zooms back into this red thing. And then he starts looking around it. And he sees some odd sort of like blackish, whitish remnants around it that seem to follow where it goes. And he closes it and goes back to the conversation on the phone. And that's when he lets you know that whatever those are might be compromised.
Okay, but I also want to know about when he said Thresha took over watching over those for a while. I figured that maybe they had came in contact for a little bit at some point. That was still good to know.
Okay. Then you will see rewind a few months ago. Thresha contacted Themis for the first time in a long ass time. And before he could be excited and try and catch up, she just says, "Give me the mana lines." He asks why. She says, "Do you really have any place to be asking questions? Just give me the lines." He tries to say something. She says, "Look, if you want to make up for your mistakes and you want to, show that you're sorry, you wouldn't even be arguing right now." He falls silent. And he does some stuff on his cauldron. You'll see what was the mana lines in the mana network slowly disappear out of view. He says, "There you go. Are you doing okay?" And it hangs up. Few months pass. She reaches out again. Says, "I'm tired of this. Take it back." He asks, "What do you mean?" When she's reaching out, by the way, she isn't calling him by a phone. It's like this white orb thing that just appears before him. Just so you know. And he asks, "What do you mean?" She says, "The lines, take them back." He says, "Okay, just send them over. Can we talk?" She says, "What is there to talk about?" He says, "Us." She said, "Like I said, what is there to talk about?" The mana lines slowly appear in his cauldron. He says, "You can't just leave it at that. I deserve an explit," and it hangs up.
Question. When the mana lines came back, was there any differences?
Nope. It looked the same as when he had first gave it away. He watches as the orb disappears and goes to the cauldron, looks it over, makes sure everything's fine, and dissipates it, goes and lays in bed, and the memory fades.
For clarification, when he gave them to her, was he actually giving her control or whatever of the mana lines, or just a map essentially?
Full control.
I want to know
I see
also
Zexo
exactly
possibly
when.
nodding off, so we need to make this quick.
Yeah.
I have one last question. Did we get the exact time or general time of when the creature attached to him? Was it a month, 2 months, 3 months?
You would have.
based on the memories and... Well, it's kind of hard... It's kind of hard to determine because Themis wasn't at the fight with them all. And I think you guys checked in after the fight? No, it was a few days after the fight.
Yeah, it was like 2 days after the fight was Thanatos.
Yeah. And because of where Themis was residing, after Dahlia made the deal, it's a blur on how long between that deal being made to when the people, like, checked in, how long that was. And
it happened in that time frame, though?
No. It happened after that. But from the people checking in to when he got... Well, the reason why I bring that up is because the creature had gotten captured and then put in containment during that time.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
So it is hard to tell based on Themis's memories alone. His sense of time is a bit wonky.
Gotcha. I do have one question that's not related to Themis, so I'll ask you later. That's going to involve information about Shelby.
No more questions. I sleep.
Oh, that was...
We need to get those to Lily.
Yes.
hold on. There you go.
Hold on to them. If need be, I'll try and keep Thresher at bay while you send those to Lily. Actually, maybe best if I try and send them to Lily. Yes.
Yeah,
Hold on.
best for me to hold off Thresher.
Yeah, I'll hold on to them.
For now.
Do I have anything that'll be suitable for holding them? We can come up with something. Alright, go back to Julius.
A certain someone just recently got a robot, an android, a drone that was made specifically to hold off him. What about her?
Yeah, but it might not be a bad idea to have her at least assist in keeping her at bay. If she's made to counter him, not sure how useful she'd be against Thresher given the opposing affinities. But even if it doesn't work out as efficiently, it's still a 2 against 1.
Yeah. Plus, I'll make up for the slack, planning to down the darkness and death muffins before we go. Hopefully give myself a boost if she has more power than anticipated.
Now, just because we're talking about holding her off does not mean we're going in with the intention of fighting her. It's just under the pretext that if she tries to interfere or prevent Lily from seeing the memories.
Yes, exactly. As much as I'd fucking like to. No, I'm saying as much as I'd fucking like to after seeing all of that, I know better.
I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna talk to Shelby. I've got a couple questions that I want to ask her. And we're gonna try and get her to, right before our arrival, if not as soon as we arrive, if there's a way for her to be able to determine, try and sever the connection between Lily's butterfly and Lily. That way, Thresher doesn't have another string she can tug on to try and distract Lily, or, if Themis is right, hurt her.
Yep. she might be using the butterfly as a shock collar to keep Lily in check.
If we separate it now, it's gonna raise a red flag and put Lily in a little bit more danger.
Yes, it's better to wait until we're close to going there.
Yes.
And leave the
I'll ask
players
Shelby if any
knowing that.
I'll ask Shelby any side effects that may happen as a result of doing so, and if she can mitigate those to any degree. And we'll determine if it's going to be worth cutting the connection. If not, she may be able to at least keep an eye on Lily's butterfly and do what she can on her side while we do what we can on ours.
Sounds like a plan. Now, if you excuse me, gentlemen, I need to head to bed. I'm getting tired from all of this lore and shit.
Understandable.
Same here. I got.
Get them back to his place.
What about Nipsey?
We'd have to get him somewhere where Nipsey can find him, and then
I'll just pull him back. He's fully covered. I just have to not touch any skin. It's fine. And we'll just drop him into a portal. I don't want him falling on his head or some shit somewhere.
I'll still contact Nipsey, that way she's at least aware, and if need be, can come and help, or at least prep a landing spot.
That sounds like a plan.
Actually, I think I can, in fact, contact Nipsey. One moment. We're just going to tap his hand twice on the mark that Nipsey gave him. It's probably hidden by the glove.
Clemus is over there, slump.
Hello there, little buddy. How have you been? Good to see you. Yes, I missed you too. That's just Lithone. It's alright. Yes, and Julius.
Could you take your master back home, please?
Yes, we need your help with that. He fell asleep. He's been exhausted.
If everything is okay, I'd rather get some sleep myself.
Hey. It's fine. I'll help get him home if you'd like. I can probably port him there faster. Alright. One moment. Will you be able to pick him up, or would you like help? Alright. I'll give you help just in case. We just gonna
handled.
Rock face.
We're gonna head back to the castle once they're finished. Contact Shelby from there, since houses are probably compromised.
Come on, big guy. Times to get you home.
Alright.
It's very light.
Gods, man, you have to eat something sometime. Actually,
Look,
Alright, Nipsey, let's go. I'll catch you two later. I'll try and get it.
you mean 3? Come on, Isiah. Let's get home.
Let me know
Yes,
when
you
you're done
too,
dropping
Isaiah.
him off.
My bad. Understood.
Once you're done dropping him off, text me. I'll meet you somewhere and come get you.
Gotcha.
Come on, Isiah. I'll drop you off at your place. Not the other one. Not the main one. Somewhere else. Ah, very well then.
Nipsey, can you do me a favor?
All of them, including yours.
Can you grab some of those flowers that's right there?
Mine, yes. Both of mine are most likely compromised, which means I need to let Yuki know that she can't stay there for the time being.
Luigi grabs him with his tail. It's fine.
Alrighty.
Out of character are these death flowers?
I'll see if Bree's places are safe. We haven't been there for a while.
Then they would have just.
Oh, my bad. I didn't think about that, considering Nipsey was able to hold a thing of cinnamon rolls inside of him. Alright,
That's
then
fair.
Nipsey, hold on. We're going on a quick trip.
This is.
Here we go. Make sure to hold on tight. I don't want to end up losing you at some point. Here we go.
Okay, good shit.
Alright.
Apologies for the long lure. Was not expecting everything. I will write more things later.
Would you be fine with doing one more scene with Aaron and Luigi talking to Shelby?
Yes, I get to be Ghost. I get to be Dog Mom.
Because Aaron's got questions
Yay.
for Shelby, so...
I get to be Dog Mom. Yay.
I'll drop a
Good night,
portal,
Zexel.
Night, Zexel, take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you going to Orlando tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll just say we
Yay!
went to the apartment.
I need sleep.
Remember to follow your boy if you haven't already, chat. Check out the Blue Sky. Check out Discord. We do anime nights. There'll be one tomorrow.
Technically later on the day.
Advise, my dick fell off.
Wednesday. What? Huh? Paul? Pardon? Huh?
Ex-
Alright. Well, I guess
ex-
Julius and Dahlia can't fuck anymore.
I accidentally hit my soundboard because yes.
It's okay. Good night. All good. Once we get in, I'm gonna go AFK. Deal with it, Dash.
That's fine.